All right, good morning. Welcome to this morning's webinar on CareerCo. NATSO is thrilled to have CareerCo as a new partner. Partnering with CareerCo will give NATSO members a cost-effective, targeted resource to help them find the right employees for their operations. This morning, Mary Ellen Adams, Director of Association Partnerships at CareerCo, will provide the presentation. Everyone's lines are muted. Please submit your questions through the chat section, and Mary Ellen will answer them at the end of the presentation. Also, today's presentation is being recorded and will be posted on NATSO's website. Now it is my pleasure to turn the presentation over to Mary Ellen.
Hi, good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us today. We are very excited about our partnership with NATSO. For any questions, as Amy said, you can ask at the end. And any questions also afterwards, you can also reach us at natso@careerco.com. So let me start a little bit about CareerCo, who we are and what we do and why we're unique and kind of why NATSO partnered with us. Who we are. So CareerCo, we're actually a combination of our two companies, College Bound Network, which we've been around for years and years, helping students find programs at schools, anything from culinary schools to trade schools, and even traditional schools. So it's our mission to connect people with opportunities in career and education and empower them to achieve their life's goals. The way we create pathways, one person at a time, is through our platform, which is unique, digital content, and our network of career advisors, which is what makes us unique. So just to give you a little history about who we are, 1987, my CEO, Luciano Ramaroni, is a privately held company. He started College Bound Network. He actually started as a magazine and helping, just providing information for college-bound students. Fast forward, 1999, when the internet came around, he was actually the first to introduce pay-per-applicant marketing, performance-based marketing through his College Bound Network company. He was the first online student recruitment company. Some of our clients, like I said, are some of the major technical schools. We've worked with over 1,000 schools. These are some of the schools. Probably some of these names are recognizable to you, some very targeted in certain professions, others more general, like I said, general traditional education. 2011, we decided that we opened the Employment Network. So with the birth of the Employment Network, we took that same sensibility, same pay-per-applicant model, and we were the first online employee pay-per-applicant job sourcing platform. So different than which I'm sure you're all very familiar with, the different models that are out there. We were the first one to introduce it in 2011, just because it's kind of the evolution of the space. Some of the major companies that we work with, Aflac, Dignity Health, Amazon, for fulfillment for their warehouse. We have a lot of success in the hourly entry-level jobs. We do a tremendous amount of work with them, and I will get to that later. I'll show you. But I know that speaks to a lot of the hiring that you do. These are some of our partners. You'll notice in here there's a lot of the brands that probably some of you even have at your travel plazas. Like I said, we deal in all industries and definitely have a strong footprint in quick serve and retail and automotive as well. So moving along, 2014, we decided that we would take the College Bound Network and Employment Network and merge them into CareerCo. It just made more sense. Employment Network was getting big. College Bound Network was always a big company, and we wanted to merge and kind of just be that one stop for people's career and education needs. CareerCo was born. As a company, we have over 700 employees, both corporate and in our career advisor network, which are call centers, where we're on the phone with job seekers and people looking for different degree programs and training programs every day. We help to connect people with the opportunities, and this is how we do it through our large corporate and call center network. So typically today, job sourcing today, which I'm sure I'm not telling you anything you don't know, there are the different ways that employers advertise the job postings online. Obviously, there are a million different job boards out there. I think there's like about 40,000 of them, actually. But there's different ways that people advertise their postings. You could put up a traditional ad anywhere, very old school. You're paying per post on a monthly subscription basis, usually on a Career Builder or a Monster or any of those subscription-based job boards. You pay a post for 30 days, and there are no guarantees. Pay-per-click advertising brings it further down the funnel, but the clicks add up. You don't know exactly who's looking at your or viewing your ads, and it gets expensive. No guarantees with that either. So CareerCo's pay-per-applicant model that we introduced is a kind of, like I said, the evolution of the space, brings it further down the funnel. It brings accountability to the recruitment industry and gives you more of a measurable ROI. So with pay-per-applicant postings, there's no paying for the post. There's no paying per click. You can get your postings in front of actually that number is more like 45 million this week, 45 million registered job seeker members. We have 45 million people that have joined our network in our database. There's no cost, because I know people will ask this question, there's no cost to the job seeker. They come in through our network and they join and they are looking for opportunities in either career or education or both. We grow at a rate of about 1 million new registrants a month, and that means translating into members. We have about 5 or 6 million people on our network of proprietary-owned sites. We have Got Jobs, Company Openings, Job Hub, Find the Right Job. We own several sites. So we cast a very broad net on the internet, and your postings would go up through, of course, that network of sites. But that's only one method for us, and that's how we attract members. So the different ways we use the power of the phone. Obviously, smartphones and mobile devices have become kind of everything, 24/7 with people. So you have to make things easy and seamless, and this is how we attract new members. We use, like I said, search. We spend a lot of money with Google and Bing and Yahoo. In fact, we are Google's largest partner in career and education search engine marketing. We use the power of social media. We know where to find job seekers. Obviously, if you're looking for a line cook in a restaurant or maybe even a cashier for a counter at one of your locations, they're not necessarily on LinkedIn. They're not necessarily searching for a job on Career Builder or Monster. We try to put ourselves where the job seekers are based on the position. If you're looking for a director of revenue management on a corporate level, obviously, we approach that differently than when you're looking for a continuous pipeline of candidates for hourly positions. So here's how it happens. This is a little bit about the process and how it happens. We partner with an employer. They give us a job order. They give us the job title, what they're looking for, the geographic location of the job. We can pinpoint it down to a zip code. Typically, if you put a job posting up on other online portals, it would be up for maybe a 30-mile radius it would show. With us, if you tell us that our best employees that we retain only live within 10 miles, only live within 5 miles, we can pinpoint it right to a zip code for you. That's the beauty of performance-based. Position criteria. So you would give us a position criteria. Obviously, this is important when we're filtering down and only delivering candidates that are in the wheelhouse of what you're looking for. So say, for example, our client Taco Bell. They're looking for a service champion, a kind of a counter staff person. They're looking for someone in Columbus, Ohio, and they're looking for somebody 18 years of age or older. Often they're looking for somebody maybe who can work via a certain schedule, because let's face it, if you're looking to fill jobs for weekends only, why would you want to speak with somebody who can't work weekends? So we try to guide our account advisors, our account representatives, and each one of our clients have their own dedicated account representative in addition to a whole client support staff, our client services team. So they would say, listen, you know, what do you need? So if you think you need somebody who has 2 years of experience at a cashier at a retail establishment and can work these hours and obviously is eligible to work in the United States, those would be appropriate filters. And the way we deliver that message to get your message out there in front of job seeker is something we call WOOF. The mascot of our company is an image of a dog. So we look at it, WOOF is kind of like a nudge or a bark. It's how we alert people about a job opening, because maybe there were great candidates on our site a week ago, and now this job opportunity in Columbus, Ohio for Taco Bell just came up. So we want to make sure we alert those job seekers with that criteria about this job opening and see if they're interested in applying. So WOOF, we do it via email, text alerts, push notifications, and an advisor call. So in addition to the web, in addition to it being out on all of our websites, it's going to be, you know, WOOF and career job alerts are going to go out via these 4 methods. The advisor call is something very, very unique, and with over 500 people on the phone at any given time of day speaking to job seekers, both inbound and outbound calls. We can do custom campaigns dialing outbound, particularly when you have high volume needs. A lot of times we'll get a call, like I said, from Amazon, we saw Amazon brand up earlier, and they'll say, we have to hire, you know, 18,000 people in this region for the holiday season. This method that we have is something that's great because it's proactive, and it can get the jobs in front of people who might not necessarily have been searching for a job that way. It gets jobs on people's radar. What that does is it allows us to fill your positions quickly and in scale. So back to the service champion example. So they're looking in Columbus, Ohio in the food services industry, and this particular posting required a minimum of 6 months of experience and a high school diploma or an equivalent. This is the job form. So whether they find us on the web or through the call center, or they get a text alert with a link to, hey, you know, Taco Bell in Columbus is hiring, every applicant must complete this form. It's often a short form just to collect their information. A lot of times they don't have their resume handy, but we wouldn't want you to miss out on a hireable candidate, so we find out exactly the information you need. You know, where they've worked, what their best contact information, best time of day, the schedule they're willing to work, how much experience they have, anything that you want in the preset criteria. They can apply right there. And there's 2 types of postings. There's evergreen, that a lot of companies will just leave them up all the time, especially when they have high volume needs and turnover. And the great thing about using us is you can turn us on and off at any time. Or you could do a single post. Single post only, you know, for whatever time period you need. We don't do time period. We do it by how many leads you need. So if you're looking to hire 5 people in Columbus, Ohio, you'd say, well, we usually probably want to talk to 35 applicants for that. If you make your hires before you reach that 35, if we've sent you 11 candidates, so we'll say, you're free to cancel at any time. So we don't hold you to minimums. We don't hold you to contracts. We have a payment agreement and giving us permission to put your postings up. But everything is cancelable at any time. Put your posting up tonight, take it down tomorrow. Leave your posting up as evergreen all the time, and just turn it on and off as you need. So this is the search results on the web that a typical job seeker would see if they were looking for something, say, in the retail cashier job. Obviously, the jobs at the bottom that you see are partners. It's a backfill, actually with some, I believe these are Indeed postings at the time, because we want to make sure that our job seekers and our users are finding what they need. So in areas wherever we don't have other opportunities, we backfill it with other opportunities. So our job seekers find value in using us, but the featured partners are at the top of the page. And here you can see there's that Taco Bell position. So this is going to talk a little bit about our Career Advisor Network. Typically we have, like I said, 500 or so on the phone at any given time, and some job seekers, they call in. They might be responding to a text alert or an email blast or coming in through our website and calling, and we also do outbound dials. So in this particular case, this person needs a job, and our career advisor is telling us what's available in her area in that type of position for what she's looking for. So we kind of, we narrow it down and give them the opportunities, and then they discuss each one with them, and they'll decide which ones they want to apply to. We have about 2 million monthly conversations with our job seekers through our Career Advisor Network. These are our 2 facilities, kind of east and west of the country. We also have a robust work-from-home crew. These are our 500 career advisors. It's a really great tool, and it's what really sets us apart. We do see that our members are mobile, like I was saying before. We've seen tremendous growth in our mobile traffic, and that's why we collect the relevant information on the form for you. We've seen, I think, at this year to date, we're seeing about 80% of our job seekers are applying via their mobile device, which, that was 2015 was 65%, but I believe up through the mid-year, it's about 80% now. Our current membership, where our job seekers are located and part of that 45 million member base nationwide. We literally have job seekers in every state. So typically, and I'm sure you're aware of the kind of the budgeting pain points, the industry in trying to find people and also in just recruiting in general. So long-term contracts, that you get stuck in, auto renewals, minimums where you have to spend a certain dollar amount, obviously in subscription speaks to that. You're locked in, you can't start and stop at any time. You could put posting up today and maybe your job got filled and now your posting's up there. And there's no guarantees. Without using performance-based marketing and performance-based pay per applicant with your criteria, there's no guarantees of who you're getting. So with us, if you're using CareerCo and what pay per applicant does for you, a little few quick facts, there are no long-term contracts, no auto renewals, no minimums, no start. You can start and stop at any time, and you only pay when somebody applies who has your preset criteria. So if you're looking for a cashier who can work weekends, we're not going to send you a hairdresser who can only work on Tuesdays. It's very filtered based according to what you want. You are in complete control. And that's definitely why associations such as NATSO feel comfortable endorsing us and bringing us on as a partner to help. So reporting, I don't know how many of you get into reporting, but we think it's important for you to know your ROI and to see and manage your candidates. So those of you who don't have an applicant tracking system, which we certainly can integrate and feed candidates with your feed into your applicant tracking system, but we also offer a free tool called the Candidate Application Dashboard if you don't have an applicant tracking system. So you would have your own account, your own username and password, you'd sign in, and this is kind of your portal to manage your applicants. You can also do reporting. You can always know what your invoices are. You can review your current postings, see what's live, and you can let your account representative, hey, shut this off now or turn this back on again. You can customize and edit the auto-reply messages your candidates receive. So what happens is once a candidate applies and they get through the filters successfully, and you say you have a budget of, say, 20 candidates for this one position, as those candidates are being delivered to you in real time, and they'll go to your email, whatever email you designate, they'll either be posted to your applicant tracking system if you have one, or they'll be posted to your candidate application dashboard that we provide. At that same time, in order to help you engage with the candidates, because we find that the quicker you engage with them, the better the conversion to hire. So we would send them an automatic email saying, thank you for applying to Taco Bell in Columbus, Ohio, in this case. You can expect a call from, whatever the recruiter tells us we want to put in there. Expect a call within the next 1 to 2 business days, or we can even say, show up for interview day on Tuesday between 1 and 4, whatever message you want delivered to that candidate that will help. We can even put an email in there. If you haven't already uploaded your resume, which we find a lot of the candidates don't have it handy when they're applying mobile, we can put an email address where they can send the resume. You can review all the information about your job candidates in this dashboard. You can analyze reports on applicants. You can view all your account information, all your billing, your account settings, your preferences, all of it. It's a one-stop management tool, and like I said, there's no ancillary cost. Just like we don't charge per click or per post, we don't charge for anything else, just per applicant. So this is kind of a little snapshot of what a typical dashboard would look like with the candidates' names and locations and positions. And if you look on the right, you'll see that rating column. And this, first of all, this dashboard is something that we're constantly improving too, and making more and more updates and offering more services throughout. But you can put a rating on there. And this way, because when you're talking to candidates and you want to make sure that you can keep track of them, you can say you can put when the appointment's set, you can rate them, you can actually put, there is a spot for notes in there. You can select dates and search candidates, be it just today's candidates, yesterday's, the month, last month. You can select a date range. So it allows you to really be able to manage candidates in one spot, do reports, check your billing, your invoices, and everything you have posted. It's really a great tool. This is a case study, kind of some of what people have said about us, that our performance-based approach, it helps to efficiently fill a number of positions. Obviously, that's pretty much credited to our reach and our 45 million people in our database, but obviously our career advisor network. Now, that said, obviously, if certain areas of the country are more challenging than others, the good news is if we don't send you somebody, you're not paying. We don't guarantee the hire. We don't guarantee that they're going to show up for the interview, but we do guarantee that the people that are coming across to you have raised their hand, they've filled out the form, they have the criteria you're asking for, and they're waiting to hear from you about your job opportunity. There's a lot of great testimonials we have, even on our website. If you go to CareerCo.com, you can see them. But everybody talks about quick results and ability to turn on and off in certain markets, that we meet their needs. Uber is one of our clients. And then the ROI is what people are most impressed with when they start to back out their cost per hire and they see that they're being given a manageable number of candidates that all have the criteria. They're not sifting through piles of candidates that aren't qualified, and they're only paying for results. So they're not paying for wasted, they're not spending marketing dollars on recruitment that's being wasted. If we don't send you a candidate, you don't pay us anything. So it also makes you easy to budget and plan, and it decreases your time to fill jobs, and it does definitely save time for recruiters. So, a couple of other questions that usually I get. First of all, when you partner through the NATSO partnership, NATSO negotiated a very nice 10% discount off our already low pricing. I mean, you would speak to your account rep about pricing. Usually it starts in the neighborhood of $10 for an entry-level candidate, and obviously you'd receive an NATSO discount off of that. Obviously, if you're looking for a general manager who has 10 years of experience in certain things, that's a little, that's going to be more money than an entry-level candidate, because it's a harder candidate for us to find. You have to say, if you're looking for somebody within a 25-mile radius who has, a college degree with 10 years experience and certain certifications and food licenses and whatnot, that's a harder person to find within that radius than the entry-level candidate. As I said, NATSO at CareerCo.com is the email you'd contact us with. So, what's considered an applicant? If you say we're paying per applicant, an applicant would be defined as a candidate that fits the criteria that's requested on the application, and that criteria is coming from you. You are free to change that at any time. We don't charge you for edits or anything. It gets done immediately. You let your account executive know, hey, I think we should widen the radius here, or I think I want to add this as a filter question, or I think maybe I'm filtering this too tightly. They can make edits at any time. A cap is just kind of the number of the applicants that you'd like to receive, so you can always set a budget per position. Some clients leave it open-ended until they hire somebody. That would be the evergreen postings, where they just leave them up all the time until they don't need anybody anymore. And then others just do it very rigidly. I only want to talk to 10 applicants for this position. And of course, like I said, if you find somebody before that 10, you're free to take it down. So there's no minimums. And if you fill the position before, you're free to take it down. We'll pause it. We get our candidates, like I said, through this multifaceted approach. So we cast a very broad net for you, and then we career map and match people in our algorithm, and then our WOOF system alerts them and gets your job opportunities in front of people quickly and in scale. We can work with all positions within your travel plazas, and like I said, the resume is not always attached. But we do encourage you to always follow up with them very quickly, because that is the best chance of hiring someone, is when you get to them quickly. You don't pay, like I said, you don't pay for a candidate we don't send you, and it just gives you a manageable amount of candidates. So this is a next generation recruitment tool. NATSO was very careful when they select the partners that they offer services through, and I think they felt that this performance-based model that's especially successful with quick serve and retail positions like we've had, warehouse, retail, trucking, we've been very successful. So we think that this is going to be a great thing for the NATSO members. We're looking forward to working with all of you. We are always here for questions. There's always a live person to speak with. And if anybody has any questions, I'd love to open it up now to that.
Mary Ellen, we haven't gotten any questions, but will we give people a few seconds to write in their questions? I just wanted to let people know that you're doing another webinar on September 8th, and that one will be a little different. It won't be about CareerCo. It'll be about attracting, hiring, and retaining Truckstop operators. As you know, you'll be sharing all your great HR expertise, and if people want to learn more about that and about CareerCo, they can go to natso.com/CareerCo.
Yes, that'll be a great webinar. It's about a 45-minute long webinar, isn't it, Amy? 45 minutes to an hour, I guess. And it talks about all the different kind of current trends and little ideas that you need to know in this day and age, because recruiting has changed in the last 5 years.
Okay. Yes, and we did get a question. Have you had any good results with diesel mechanics technicians?
Yes, it's funny. Obviously, now that's a perfect example of a position that is tough to fill, right? There are few and far between, and competition is keen for finding diesel mechanics. With CareerCo, we are partnered with the recreational vehicle dealer industry. We do have all the dealers in the United States. We have a lot of the state associations for automotive, so we're dealing in a lot of technicians. Diesel mechanics are in there. We have agreements with Ohio and New York and Pennsylvania and Oregon and several dealer associations. So technicians is one of the kind of the pain points in the automotive industry. So yes, the good thing is what we do is you'll put your posting up, and you're not going to pay us a dime unless we send you a candidate. So that posting can remain up. I have our automotive clients, most of them, for technicians, they leave it up all the time, because they want, it's all about who's out there at that time looking for a job, right? So if they can catch one, they love it. So we filter based on whatever you require. So if you want somebody who obviously has worked on Class 8 trucks, maybe they have a certain emissions license, they have technical training, 8 years experience, whatever it is that you want in your diesel mechanic within a certain mile radius, we put that up there. So we have had, it depends on the market, it depends on who's out there, but the good news is you're not paying us anything unless we send you that technician application.
Okay, no more questions.
Well, that's great. So that's my number on the screen there. If anybody has any questions, if something comes to your mind after, feel free to reach out to me, or like I said, the natso@careerco.com. And Amy said you can also find it at natso. Is it natso.com/careerco?
Yep.
Perfect.
Exactly.
Thank you. Yes, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate you taking time out this morning to hear about the program. We're very excited.
Thank you.